Ayun. Hello.
Hi.
Hello everyone. Then hi sa'yo. Anong tatawag ko? Angel? Maharlika?
Majarlica. Yes.
Maharlika. Okay. So, kamusta Maharlika? Kamusta nga?
I'm I'm doing great. Very busy, low key, pero
Mm,
still doing amazing. Yes. How are you?
same here. It's Friday. And then, syempre, party time for Friday night, right? So,
Party
pero ako
time.
nasa bahay ngayon. Hindi,
Mm.
I'm with you right now at least. For sure, ito masaya. Kasama namin ikaw. Then, makakakwentuhan. Getting news and updates from you. And syempre, it's an honor that you're joining me here sa show na to. Salamat ulit. Pinaunlakan mo ko dito, Maharlika.
Salamat po sa pag-imbita.
Walang anuman. And then, siyempre, katulad ng ginagawa ko from previous guests, nagpapakilala sila, taga-saan sila sa Pilipinas, nandito, and then yun. If you can please introduce yourself, Maharlika, sa lahat.
Hi, magandang tanghali sa Philippines and good evening dito sa Canada. I am Majarlica. I was born in the Philippines, so batang QC ako. Lumaki ako sa Quezon City hanggang 10 years old, and then we immigrated here sa Canada, and we've been living in Brampton, Ontario since then. So, yun yung, I guess, short story ng life ko na kung saan ako nakatira.
Oh, wow. QC, ang daming artist talaga sa QC. Grabe. Grabe.
Mm.
Sobrang dami. Then it's around like circle na malapit sa UP, yung lugar.
Mhm.
I think natanong na namin parang malapit sa New York.
Yeah, Cubao City, parang ganun po yata.
Ang hindi nakakaalam ng karamihan, si Maharlika ay naging guest sa Torontox na pinalabas sa Filipino TV kasama si paring Brian na interview namin like I think last year fall, October, right? Yun ba yung maalala ko? Then
Yeah, October. It was right before ano po, we did the Freestyle Fridays.
yes. Naalala ko yun. Medyo malamig sa labas.
Mm.
So, pero na-amaze kami ni Brian, starstruck. And siyempre, sa mga hindi na naman nakakaalam ng karamihan, Miss Maharlika, Angel Tagatad, ay isa po siyang beauty queen din. Right? So,
Yes.
yun. Oo, yun. So, pakikwento naman yung umpisa ng music life natin. Like, nag-umpisa ba to since when you were like young, like 5 years old, 4 years old, and then yun.
Yeah, pinanganak ako, I was born into a family of musicians, sila mama at papa. Papa's a pastor, and they were very active in the music ministry, and they also had a Filipino rock band, like a Christian rock band. So kada tour nila, so every weekday or whenever they have a concert, kasama kami, buong Philippines. They would tour around,
Mhm.
nakapunta na rin sila nakasama na rin ako sa Hong Kong. They would
Oh,
go
wow.
to Canada rin, and It's called Lampara Band. And so, kapag pupunta sila sa studio, magre-record
Okay.
silang songs, perform kasama kami. And alala ko kahit 3 years old, 4 years old kapag magche-church, tulong kami buhat ng mga amplifier, mga gano'n. So,
3 years old.
mga bata pa
Bumubuhat.
kami talagang
Grabe edad kayong
yeah.
bumubuhat ng amplifier na yun.
Tulong-tulong.
Oh, wow.
Yun talagang music has always been a part of my life, and I don't see hindi ko nakikita sarili ko na mamuhay na wala talagang musika. Dahil
Mhm.
parang part na siya ng DNA ko, eh.
Oh,
And,
wow.
yeah, so dun
Talagang
nag-umpisa.
Talagang from your flows, sa stream mo na blood, then
Mhm.
music talaga ang ano mo,
Yeah,
passion.
music.
Yes.
Mhm. I mean, it was a part of my lifestyle na kasi, pero it wasn't until siguro mga 13 years old ako na nagsimula akong magsulat ng sarili kong kanta. Dati, I would just watch my parents or other people, and that was enough for me. Listening to
Mhm.
music was enough for me. Pero nag-start ako talaga nung, when you're an adolescent and you have all these thoughts, yung parang may
Mhm.
nagde-develop ka ng sarili mong perspective, your emotions. So, there were songs that I was looking for songs that would capture what I was going through or what I felt, pero I couldn't find them. So I decided, magsulat na lang ako ng kanta na talagang sakto sa nararamdaman ko para ma-express ko yung sarili ko.
Oh, wow. And then besides singer, songwriter, meron pa yung storyteller. Part ng
Yeah.
ano mo, ng description mo as Maharlika, like, anong ibig sabihin yun for you? Like,
Mm.
is it like being like a artist writing songs and then from your songs, you're just like storytelling all of yours lyrics, something like that? Or ano yun? Anong ibig sabihin sa'yo nun? Kasi parang
Um,
ine-emphasize mo yun, eh. Sorry, parang
mm,
ine-emphasize mo yun sa ano mo.
yeah, so para sa akin kasi simula nung bata pa lang ako mahilig na talaga akong magsulat ng storya. I remember may mga binders ako na parang mga libro, like I would write novels by hand nung grade 6 pa lang ako kasi mahilig lang talaga ako magsulat ng like I have all these stories in my head na gusto kong isulat. And for me, the root or the core of art is storytelling. I mean, it's the way I think the storytelling is the oldest form of art kasi our
Hmm,
communication, we tell stories, kahit hindi lang sa music or sa film, kapag you connect to people through telling stories. When you go home
hmm.
to your partner or to your family or you talk to your friends, you connect by telling stories of your life. So para sa akin, it's the core of why I do what I do. Kapag
Mhm.
nagsusulat ng kanta, or screenwriting or writing my own short stories that part as an author I haven't really put out in the world yet. Kasi music when I focus ko, but really the core of everything that I do is being a storyteller.
Wow, wow. And for sure, you've been doing that for a long time. Siguro ganito na kakapal yung yung naisulat mo. Ganito na. Ano ang pinaka
Siguro.
ano na yung pinaka, memorable lines mo doon sa naisulat mong yun? Mayro'n bang like it's about your life, family, like anything, from your thoughts? Mayro'n bang naisulat ka ba na line dito na talagang hindi mo makakalimutan yun, even ganito ng kakapal yun, parang gano'n.
Um, Actually, I have a collection of notebooks now from like going back from when I was 13, 14. Tas minsan binabasa ko kahit diary, mahilig ako mag-diary
Yeah,
dati.
oo,
um,
okey.
and I realized na they were mostly about life,
Mhm,
relationships and connections, because those are the things that have always mattered to me a lot.
okey.
And I think one of the thoughts that stand out to me hanggang ngayon na sinusulat, parang ina-apply ko pa rin sa sarili ko. And I told this to one of my friends, to a few of my friends kapag may senti talks kami, um, is that I realized, especially now as an adult, is that this line, without adventures, you'll feel stuck, but without a home, you'll feel lost. So, lalo na ngayon, nararamdaman ko, now that I am able to expose myself in music and in film, and you meet thousands of different people, I realized that adventures are important in our lives.
Mm.
Yung naisip ko na parang visual is yung Lord of the Rings, sila Frodo and sila Sam, parang sobrang random, pero yun. And so they went all on all these adventures, and in life we go to all these adventures and we grow and develop ourselves. And it's so important for our growth, but at the same time, para sa Lord of the Rings, it's always
Oo,
about the Shire and protecting their family, right, diba? So
yes.
for me, growth is so important. At the same time, the reason that you want to grow is because of the people that you love and yourself, and building that social circle. So it keeps you grounded,
Mm.
in your purpose, and I apply that philosophy sa buhay ko, sa pamumuhay ko hanggang
Wow,
ngayon.
wow. Ang lalim nun, kasi you give me like simple lines but para sa'yo is malalim yun from being like siyempre teenager now, you're growing as an adult and
Mhm,
naiintindihan mo na kung anong, buhay, life, right?
mhm.
Why you're here and then siyempre music is part of your life now and then you release multiple singles, especially in Spotify or any platforms. And then, syempre, ang gusto kong itanong dito, yung music video na to, kasi
Mhm,
controversial. And then yung title nito is English, yung Anybody. Kasi
mhm,
tumatak to sa isip ko, Maharlika, when I
mhm.
heard it the first time. Like, wow. You can compare it to Taylor Swift for me, right? So,
That's flattering.
oo, totoo,
Thank
totoo.
you. Thank
Like
you.
the whole songs, including your tribe, right? You have your
Mhm,
tribe. Then
mhm,
siyempre ikaw, then lahat kayo. Paano mo siya naisulat and then ano bang pinagugutan mo like influences
mhm.
or like experience for this? Can you please like let
Yeah.
know paano?
Yeah, Anybody was a song was is one of those songs that took me about I would say 2 years to finish, kasi
Wow.
it's not that it took me 2 years to finish, pero magkaibang yung different parts, kasi nakita natin na yung Anybody, parang magkaiba yung parts niya, 'di ba? So parang
Mhm.
magkaiba yung perspective. Yung first part is I don't need anyone else but me. And then yung
Yes.
pangalawa, you realize that you don't need anybody but that person. It's very mirroring sa pamumuhay ko noon. I started to write that when I was 17, I think.
Mhm.
And it was around the time where I was like kind of developing myself, and I was very hyper independent at that time. And so I just wanted to write a song na I don't need anyone else but me. Yung
No.
chorus, yung first chorus, like parang
Yeah.
I don't need anyone else but me. And I'm fine on my own. And later that year, my grandfather, na sobrang close ko, unfortunately passed away.
Oh, wow, sorry.
And no, it's okay, but thank you. And so in 2018, I came home to be with my Lola, and my Lola is kind of like was my roommate, and we would
Oh, wow.
tell stories and their love story and how she perceives of her partner
Mm.
inspired me. How it is so powerful to be able to stand on your own, and but at the same time, nung nakakwentuhan ko si Lola, I was able to understand how powerful it also is to love someone on that level of like, I don't need anyone else but you with me. And
Oo,
so that's how that song came to be.
okey. So, dun mo na nakuha yung lyrics and everything, right? From your
Mhm.
grandparents. Then siyempre, ah, kamusta naman yung band dito, yung Thrive, when you develop the songs? Like, how's the process? Like, did you write it down with your guitar and then siyempre nag-get together kayo ng tribe to make that song, record it? Then
Mm.
kamusta
Yeah,
naman?
when it comes to songwriting, I do write my songs as a solo artist.
Mhm.
Um, and so I write them by myself, and
Hmm.
then I have a few music. The So far the music producer that I've worked with is my Kuya Gab.
Oh, Kuya
So he
Gab.
produced,
Shout out.
yeah, he produced my Anybody. So when it comes to the tribe, our collaborative moment is yung sa pag-aregla sa live
Oh,
performances.
okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Wow.
And it's also really fun kasi we get to throw ideas kung kailangan bang like point by point sa areglo or may
Mhm.
dadagdag, and I'm always so open to just I'm always open to different ideas. Syempre pag live gusto mo may iba sa areglo.
But I saw you performing live.
Mhm.
Uh, like I think last year with Sophia's launch, right?
Mhm.
Then speechless ako kasi like whatever you heard from music platforms and sa live, like wow, like I don't see any difference from it. So
Thank
uh
you.
voice wise and instrumental wise with your tribe, like wow, ang gagaling nyo. Siyempre, at ang balita dito, for sure, about the music video, then
Mhm.
nagkaroon kayo ng part of Brampton Art Organization, parang ganon.
Yes.
So, pakikwento yung anybody na nakasama dito sa event na to. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so grateful, and I would like to thank the team, honestly. Because when we were making that music video, sa totoo lang, it's my debut project as a screenwriter and director, and I mostly trial and error talaga. Hindi ko alam masyado yung ginagawa ko that time.
Oh,
Um,
sorry to interrupt you. So okay, umpisa natin from that music video.
mhm.
So you're the one who directed it?
Yes.
Ikaw lahat na ikaw nagsulat, ikaw kumuha ng casting and and siyempre yung nag-video is Mr. Kyle,
Kyle, yes.
right?
Yeah, I would just like to mention yung team. So the DOP, Kyle, Andre. We have our leads, si Kuya James of
No.
FTV, obviously.
Sharing.
si mhm, si Ate Faye, the stylist Rina, our editor Lemon Ray, based in the Philippines, and the hair and makeup is Yami, Ate Yami, my second cousin,
Okay.
and we also have other people on the team that I'm just really grateful that there's a group of people that was able to help me visualize um, what I wrote down. So
Mhm.
yun, and yeah, so that was the process, and I want to thank my best friend Krishna. She's also into film, and she's the one that connected me with Sugar Hill, kung saan namin shoot yung music video, and
Is
we
this
were
your
able to
first
shoot.
time doing the directing? First time mo?
Yes.
Or, oh wow,
Mhm.
galing mo ah.
Thank you.
Siyempre,
Thank you.
siyempre being like first timer doing this kind of music video. Napanood ko yun eh, ilang beses ko napanood.
Mhm.
Siyempre, tinignan yung flow. Song is already great, amazing, but yung flow ng ang ganda ng storytelling mo for sure, kasama ng ano yun, 'di ba? So yun, yun ang compliment ko ng sobra. Parang hindi ka na parang hindi first time, yun lang. Yung maano parang
Wow.
ang galing, galing.
Thank you.
So, then now, yeah, you're part of the BAO awards ba yan? Or can you please like tell us story about it?
Mm. Yeah, so after the pandemic, nagsilabasan talaga yung mga programs. Kasi of course, lahat tayo sabik to connect with people. And so I started to join workshops and, um, sorry. Yeah, so I started to join
Okay.
programs and workshops, and then I followed their page, and then they started to post yung Pixel Reverb program.
Mhm.
And they were asking for submissions from artists from Brampton para ma-feature yung music video sa Garden Square screen. So a lot of Brampton artists submitted and they selected 20. And I think, no, I submitted that back in December and I got the news January pa actually na napili yung anybody to be featured sa
Oh, wow.
Garden Square screen.
Oh, wow. And then you mentioned a while ago, like, kayo lang yung Filipino dito. Like,
Mm-hmm.
wow. And then, pwede yung malaman yung kung sino yung mga iba. Like, different cultures ba yung iba na...
Yeah, we have a lot of we have yeah we it's very multicultural. We have a lot of Afro artists as well. We have a lot
Mhm.
of artists ranging from different genres, and they're all so talented and so amazing. Lalo na pinapanood ko sila, and I was able to connect with some of them, and to be a part of that roster is such an honorable thing.
Oh, wow. Congratulations for this.
Thank you.
Siyempre, it's an award na ba or mayroon pang pipiliin soon? Like, who will be the winner?
It's really just Brampton's way of supporting their artists and highlighting them.
Mhm.
So for mm, the month of May, so from week 1 to week 4, I think tapos na yung program. Yung
Oh.
anybody it played on the third week throughout the week. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like, there's like a big screen. I don't
Yes,
know. Then saang place 'yun, yung lugar na 'yun sa Brampton?
it's in downtown Brampton.
Downtown Brampton. Wow, and then
Mm-mm.
they're showing your, music video there. Like, siyempre sino bang hindi mapa-proud sa bagay na 'yun, 'di ba? So, and then
Mm.
congratulations din sa the whole team ng Anybody, siyempre.
Thank
So,
you.
I think soon I heard like you have some upcoming songs, Maharlika.
Mhm.
Mayroon ba tayong mga pinaplano later on? Like gigs, songs?
Yeah, well, we have a gig tomorrow, bukas.
Mhm.
So I'm really excited about that. It's by the Kaliskat Productions at Primal Studios.
Hmm.
Um, and we have a few more gigs, I believe, lined up, pero hindi pa namin ina-announce. As for songs, the only thing that I can announce sa ngayon is I have a song coming up with Real Dreams. So it's my
Oh,
first collaboration sa ibang artist dito sa Philcan community. So I'm really excited. And I
um,
also released a song with my cousin sa Philippines. It's called Josa.
mm, Diyosa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-mm.
Is it full Tagalog song?
Yes.
Okay. Mabalik tayo because na-mention mo Philippines. I for sure balita ko, nakita ko naman, you went back to Philippines
Mhm.
this year? Parang bilis ng
Yes,
panahon, eh.
nung
So,
March lang po actually.
see, like, wow, parang ilang buwan nang nakakalipas yun, eh, parang March
Mm.
lang pala, 'di ba? So, how was it, like, going back home and you made, a lot of, like, shows? Then
Hmm.
kuwento and then you did a gig sa isang
Mhm.
sikat na bar. So,
Yeah.
siyempre pakikwento yun na Maharlika.
It was amazing. I mean, nandun lang kami ng 3 linggo actually, very short, pero ang dami naming nagawa. Bilang angel, I had the most amazing time with my family.
Oh,
Siyempre, yung pag-uwi talagang excited ka is makita ulit yung mga minamahal mo sa buhay, mga
yes.
kamag-anak, mga kapamilya na tagal nang hindi na namin nakita lalo na nung pandemya. And
So,
bilang mhm,
sorry,
it's okay.
buong family ba ang umuwi
Yes.
or
Mhm.
wow, masaya
Yeah.
yun sa eroplano.
Sobra,
Okay,
sobra.
okay. And then, yeah, sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's okay,
Nakakatawa.
it's okay. Yeah, and it was really fun, and it was also exciting for me kasi, I naggi-gig na ako dati sa Philippines noong 2018.
Mhm.
And I think nakwento ko na po sa inyo yun. And
Yes.
pero I didn't have my artistic identity pa bilang Maharlika. So it was my first time coming back as Maharlika as well. And more grounded in my identity as an individual and also as an artist. And so I'm so grateful because I got to connect with a lot of artists as well as the Philippines. I got to go on Net 25 yung kada umaga,
Yes.
and I was able to do an interview and a live performance on sa morning show.
Yes.
It was exciting. And later that night, dun din nag-perform sa 70s Bistro
Mm.
with Tribe Philippines as well.
Ay, oh, ibang tribe ito nakasama but,
Mm,
sure kasama mo yung kapatid mo as a bassist,
yes.
siyempre. Then the rest for sure ibang sessionista. So,
Mhm.
how was it? Like, how's this experience, doing a gig sa 70s Bistro?
It was amazing kasi I performed there before nung
Mhm,
teenager pa ako. Pero yun nga, bilang angel or, I didn't really know who I was as much as I do now at that time. And to be able to go back na sobrang laki na ng growth mo bilang artist and new songs as well and different level ng pag-perform as well. Sobrang nakakatuwa balikan and makita kung saan ako ngayon. And it was also nice to have a reunion with other artists na kilala ko dati pa. And to
hmm,
watch amazing artists perform, like sobrang nakakilabot yung mga artists mag-perform din sa Philippines. The live performances from the instruments to the storytelling to the vocals. Talagang wala akong masabi, sobrang galing and umuwi ako na sobrang inspired. Mm.
oh. So, how's doing, gig there dito sa atin? Like, is there any, like, differences, comparison of doing gig? Kamusta ang fans? Parang gano'n.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly so inspired sa level of passion sa Philippines. I mean, both not only the artists pero yung talagang musicians. I mean
Hmm,
the fans or the listeners are so passionate. I'm so grateful na sa gig ko I would only post about it pero may mga ibang fans na nakita lang ako sa Facebook and they would travel all the way
hmm.
to 70s Bistro just to
Oh,
watch.
wow. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
So sobrang
nakaka-overwhelm. Yes, nakaka-overwhelm yung mga gano'n, especially if they travel from, like, provinces.
mhm.
Nakakatuwa yun, right? Like, siyempre, sino ba namang hindi magaganahan mag-perform for them? Ah, so yung ano na DIYOSA, with your cousin,
Mhm.
ah, kamusta naman yun? You made this, like, long time ago or just recently, like, impromptu, then, "Okey, labas tayo ng song, DIYOSA." Parang paano yung ano yung dalawa? Nakakatuwa, eh, kasi siyempre pinsan.
Yeah, syempre naman po. I mean, I'm so proud of him. His name is Tio Mateo, Tiyomateo. So it's actually his debut single. He's a rapper and he's been rapping
Hmm,
for a long time. I'm
hmm,
very proud of him. And so we wrote this a really long time ago. It was way back in 2021.
okey.
And we've had the finished product for about a year
Hmm.
before we released it, actually. Mm-mm.
It took some
Just
time, like, how did it happen? Like, took some time because you're from here and then siyempre nandun siya sa
mhm.
Pilipinas, then you only get a chance to do it, like, finish it when you, like, went home, something like that.
It's mostly just prepping for, um, as an artist, you want to develop yourself before you put yourself out there. It's also the same philosophy that I applied to myself. So that's just really what happened. Nag-store muna ng mga iba pang materials before
Oh,
releasing because that's what we love to do. So I don't want to say much pagdating sa future materials niya, pero I'm really excited for him to put his other songs out there.
oh, wow. It's already, out in, different platforms like Spotify.
Yes.
Oh,
Mhm.
pakinggan natin 'yan.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Ngayon ko lang narinig, to be honest. Like, I'm seeing my feeds sa Facebook, then hindi ko nakikita, eh. So,
Mhm.
ngayon ko lang na nalaman. For sure, I'll listen to it, then
Thank
siyempre.
you.
balitaan kita. Then po-post natin siyempre share natin sa lahat. So, grabe yung ano, how's the preparation for your summer right now? Any plans for this coming summer na ba? Hindi ko alam, eh. Basta ang
Yeah,
alam ko init sa Canada.
Canada. Sa umaga summer, then sa gabi winter ulit.
Oo, oo nga, eh. So, yeah, and then you're creating more songs to come for sure. And then, I remember, sa Torontox na pinag-usapan natin, you're planning to finish your degree, then going back home, then, continue pursue your career sa Pilipinas. Ah, kamusta na ngayon yung ano, yung
When it comes to long-term plans, of course, there's always an opportunity to adapt to
mhm,
for redirection. So ngayon, I'm definitely in a phase of redirection, reinvention, and just kind of that's why I said I'm low key very busy because I'm still in that phase of storing materials, writing songs, working on projects, and trying to figure out the best pathway to go from here kung saan na ako ngayon. And I don't really want to say anything concrete.
mhm.
Um, pero I'm just right now all I can say is I'm maximizing everything that I can do with where I am, which is here in Canada.
Wow. Oo, siyempre, Canada is the best place for us as an artist, right? And
Mhm,
then siyempre back home, open arms pa rin kasi siyempre nandun si kuya, for sure,
mhm,
'di ba? So,
mhm.
anything naman na puwede nating gawin here, anywhere, siyempre, you can do it. And siyempre nandito kami lahat para susuporta sa'yo.
Thank you. Thank
And
you so
also, kamusta naman yung collaboration with Real Dreams? I
much.
think you have, a new song coming up later on.
Mhm.
Kamusta yun? Is it like English song or Tagalog?
Filipino, Tagalog po.
Wow.
Mm.
Kamusta ang Tagalog songs for you? Like, how was it? Mas komportable ba or ano?
Um, para sa'kin kasi pagdating sa pagka-fluent ko sa Tagalog, most of it is very self-taught kasi siyempre dito ako lumaki. Um,
Oo.
so I really immersed myself sa mga Filipino books, Filipino art, and med there's a little more challenge na gamitin or maghanap ng mga tamang salita. Pero for me, the Filipino language is so poetic compared like it's it's just so poetic and romantic, and there are a lot of things that we can only capture, a lot of emotions that we can only capture sa Filipino language. So I do love, mahilig ako magsulat ng mga Filipino songs, ng mga Tagalog songs talaga.
Ah, Siyempre 'pag Filipino songs, sometimes yung mga words nito ay mga typical na ginagamit.
Mm.
For sure, are you using like at least iniiba mo yung mga wordings na yun sa Tagalog to make it at least more creativity and then siyempre unique? Did you use
Yeah, I mean, I do put in the effort. Nagbabasa talaga ako ng mga Filipino literature kahit hindi ko kinagisnan pagdating sa school kasi siyempre dito
mhm,
sa Canada Shakespeare yung
yeah,
binabasa.
mhm.
So, kada I do put in the effort na I create my own time na magbasa ako ng mga Filipino literature kahit yung mga sulat ni Jose Rizal, yung
Mhm.
El Filibuste sorry, El
Nabubulol
Filibuste. See, nahirapan nga ako ngayon.
sabihin mo
Um,
sabihin mo yan
pero
ng 10 beses.
tinitignan ko nga ngayon, eh. Sobrang nahihirapan ako kasi mag-isa lang, wala naman akong teacher na nagtuturo sa'kin.
Mhm.
Um, pero immersing myself in the Filipino language at pati yung storytelling, yung sining ng Filipino and yung literature, it's so important.
You just mentioned siyempre sabi mo nga you grew up here. So, pagbigkas, intonation, and everything for Filipino songs, hindi ka ba nahihirapan sometimes singing it or
Hindi naman. No, siguro nung nagsimula akong magsulat ng Filipino songs ulit nung siguro I think nakuwento ko na siya nung sa Toronto Talks na
mhm,
muntik ko na talagang makalimutan yung lengguwahe ng Filipino or Tagalog kasi siyempre dito na ako lumalaki, hindi na halos lahat ng oras ko nasa school ako, nag-i-English.
yes, yes.
At yung nagligtas sa'kin I guess is yung Filipino rap. Nagsimula akong makinig ng Flip Top actually. Flip Top Battles, ta's
Yes.
nakakatuwa yun yung era nila Looney, nila Abra, and then yung
Glock.
pinakaunang rap album na pinakinggan ko is yung kay Glock 9, yung mga kuwento
Mhm.
ng Makata.
Wow.
Tapos yeah, I mean
Grabe
sa totoo
grabe
lang
yung grabe yung pinag-aralan mo kasi si Glock 9 is one of the fastest, rapper sa atin. Like, he can, spill these words in a
mm.
minute, like 100 words yata yun in a minute, parang gano'n. So, naintindihan mo ba yung mga pinagsasabi niya?
Actually, nung una kong beses na pinakinggan yung mga kuwento ng Makata, medyo naiyak ako, eh, na-emotional kasi apart from him being a masterful lyricist, yung, you know, how I spoke of storytelling to be important to me, he's also a very masterful storyteller. Yung
Mhm.
song sa mga kuwento ng Makata, sobrang grabe yung pagka-capture niya ng storya.
Yeah.
And that's what inspired me na gusto ko rin magkwento sa using the Filipino language that capture my experiences as well as a Filipino, both in the Philippines and Canada.
Wow,
That's how I
wow.
started.
Ano yung naunang naisulat mo, yung kalikasan ba or yung ano, patawarin mo?
Surprisingly, ano actually, yung song ko para kay Angie Salvacion, yung Kung sa Bagay, yun yung pinakaunang Tagalog song na sinulat ko.
Oh, like you wrote for someone else, parang gano'n.
That kaka-release lang actually last year, pero sinulat ko yung Kung sa Bagay nung 2015 pa. So,
Wow.
15 pa lang ako.
Oo
Mm.
nga. Matagal na 'yan, and then you gave it to them, then they just release it recently, parang gano'n.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote it for myself at that time and then sinubmit ko po sa Himig Handog actually no
Mhm.
2015. And
Yes.
it was such an honor for me kasi nakapasok yung song sa top
Mhm.
100,
Oh,
143
wow. Wow.
out of 3,000 songs.
Yes.
And naalala ko, yes.
Yeah, maraming sumasali diyan, eh, sa Himigandog,
Mm.
thousands.
Mm.
Then to be part of 100 will be like, siyempre
Yeah.
overwhelming na naman, then, malaking bagay na 'yun as a, songwriter, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at that time, I was only 15 ta's nagsusulat
Mhm,
lang ako ng kanta para sa sarili ko. And
mhm.
medyo nahihiya pa akong tawagin sarili kong songwriter kasi siyempre 'pag nag-start out ka parang nahihiya ka pang i-declare, eh.
Yes.
Pero sabi ko nun makapasok lang ako sa top 800, puwede ko na tawagin sarili kong songwriter.
Wow,
Um,
pero
but it
with
went to
yeah, sa
top
isang daan.
100.
So, mas
Mhm.
matindi pa, hindi hindi lang songwriter, like, I'm one of the amazing writer, parang gano'n. So, siyempre 'di ba, 15 years old, right?
Mm. Yeah, and, in-store lang and then eventually parang medyo na-store lang siya, eh,
Mhm,
hindi ko siya inisip na i-release bilang Maharlika.
mhm.
And I had the opportunity to submit songs para kay Angie and I was looking sa mga parang stock ko ng kanta. Sabi
Hmm,
ko, "Sabagay puwede rin yun." Sinubmit ko and then they used it. So,
hmm.
very honored.
Then siyempre I think a lot of songs that you wrote and then sinubmit mo from, like for different artists, kamusta naman 'yun? Like, who's helping you that? Like giving it to an artist sa Pilipinas. Kasama ba si kuya dito, like asking you, ano bang tawag sa'yo niyan, ano yung gab sa'yo? MJ o, Jel ano?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, kasi usually, I'm so grateful to Star Music kasi they've really been very, um supportive of the songs that I wrote. So when they are looking for songs, yeah, my brother does contact me. They're
Mm.
looking for songs, and so I send songs, and it's really up to them if they choose it. So I'm so grateful na napipili yung mga kanta ko.
Wow. Wow, nakakatuwa 'yan, kasi, not all singer-songwriter, then siyempre sa sarili mo you write for your own, songs din, then you write for someone else.
Mhm.
Nakakatuwa 'yun kasi siyempre it means, ah, tawag dito, marunong ka sa paggawa ng gano'n. And then they like you, right? Writing songs. So, ako nga may sinulat ako hanggang ngayon nandito pa sa ano.
I mean, we would love to for sure hear it.
Yes. Hindi nagsulat lang ako. Hindi kanta. No, eto, ano naman, pagdating naman sa Tagalog na naisulat mo, from your, releases, ano yung pinakagusto mo siya sa limang yun? It's open right now yung Spotify. Kasi iba-ibang kuwento siya, eh.
Yeah.
'Di ba?
Mm.
Yun ang napansin ko sa songs na nandito, like, it's a lot of, like, stories, different stories, and then siyempre kalikasan,
Mhm.
ah, it's straightforward kind of song for sure. It's
Mhm.
about nature, right? Then anybody, and it can be anything, right? For your loved ones and
Mhm.
ano, then patawarin mo ako. Sa siyempre 'pag patawarin na-hurt ka or someone like at least,
Mhm.
ah, be ano ito?
Mas belos over
Over
pillow.
pillows,
Mhm.
something like that. Then it's unique thing about can you please, like, tell me about all of these songs? Puwede bang malaman? Kasi to know more about it, being at least storyteller, nabubulol na rin ako. So yun. So yun, pakikwento, Maharlika. Puwede bang tawagan kitang ano, MJ? MJ.
MJ.
Oo. Parang ano, eh.
I'm very open for anything.
Oo.
Mhm.
So yun, pakikwento yun na, Maharlika.
Yeah, so yung debut single ko is yung Siguro. I
Mhm.
released that nung 2018, I believe. And that song sinulat ko nung, yun, teenager, high school pa lang ako, pag-graduate na ako. And um, I wasn't with anyone, pero may mga kaibigan ako na magkakaroon ng LDR dahil pupunta na sila sa iba't ibang colleges.
Yes.
So, bilang storyteller, sabi ko, magsulat kaya ako ng kanta patungkol sa,
Mhm.
sa ganitong experience. So, that type of people would say reckless teenage love, pero at the same time, it's very, they're very sure of each other. So kahit, may distansya kayo, kahit maraming, well, hindi ka sigurado sa buhay, basta sigurado kayong mahal niyo isa't isa.
Mhm.
Um, Yun yung importante. And so that's how I was able to write Siguro by really observing my friends na magkakaroon ng LDR.
Oo, yan. Para sa inyo yan. Oo.
Yeah, and sobrang special din yun kasi yun yung first song na nirelease ko.
Oh, okey.
And
Siguro it's your first song na ni-release, okey. Wow.
and I think Belows Over Pillows ata yung pangalawang song na nirelease ko.
Mhm.
That one ay sinulat ko, actually high school rin ako, 16 years old.
Hmm.
And for me, it's a story about it's a completely it's a story that is irrelevant to my experiences, pero gusto ko lang magsulat ng storya na medyo may, when it comes to the, I would say, the sound aesthetic or the sound vibe, medyo horror.
Yes,
And yeah.
I agree. Kasi narinig ko siya, eh, from your, gig sa Sofia last time. Like, I heard everything. Then, hmm, hindi ko
Yeah.
ma-identify but still Maharlika. But yung mga areglo niyo, yung music niyo, it's like each song tells different stories, right? So,
Mhm.
pero Maharlika pa rin eh. So ang galing ng ano, ng ginagawa mo, Maharlika sa songs mo. Kasi even you have different stories on it, still yung output niya is it's you. Parang ganun. So
Thank
nakakatuwa.
thank you po.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yun nga. So, Billows is about, it's not about me, but it's just about a character that I thought of, like a woman who has found out that her husband has an affair. So sobrang irrelevant sa buhay ko, and but it's just about the pain and your own ghost haunting you. So parang may sarili kang multo sa bahay na hinahabol ka dahil sa pain and the trauma from that. So sobrang kakaiba siya, pero I found it really fun nung sinulat ko yun.
And sorry to interrupt you again.
Mhm.
When did you write this song?
I
Like
was
high school?
16.
Paano mo naisip yun sa buhay ng mag-asawa? Grabe ka naman.
Ay, hindi ko rin alam, minsan iniisip ko bakit ang dami kong naiisip nung bata ako. Pero I've always been so interested in stories. Nagbabasa talaga ako ng maraming libro, nanonood ng maraming pelikula, nakikinig ng maraming kanta, and just really observing stories of people in my life, or
Mhm.
observing people. So parang maraming definitely influenced by movies, and books, pero yeah, it's just I just love to tell stories kahit sobrang mature kumpara sa
Yes.
edad ko that time.
Yes. I agree. I agree kasi paano mo i-a-adapt yung klase ng gano'ng klase ng lyrics, right? Like even the whole thing of your song is this Pillows Over Pillows. Parang paano mo nai-a-adapt yun sa sarili mo?
Mhm.
But when you're like 15 years old, ganun. Kasi siyempre, you
Mhm.
just mentioned like husband and wife, like parang may affair. Like, oops, parang hindi ka
Mhm.
naman galing doon sa part na yun
Yeah.
para makuwento mo talaga siya. But because of like,
Mhm.
environmental experiences like or reading books, ano na yung book na yun, libro na parang puro ano, yung na yun, I forgot what you call it.
Mhm.
Ano, dun ka ba nag-ano, talagang ibinase mo dun?
I think around that time yun yung mga oras na parang nag-e-explore ako sa iba't ibang emosyon.
Hmm.
As a teenager, hindi ko alam kung bakit para sa'kin yun yung mga activities ko. Pero yun yung trip ko talaga that time, yung parang, yung anger, yung joy,
Mhm,
yung
mhm,
grief, kung ano man. Parang may isang linggo ako na gusto kong i-explore yung iba't ibang emosyon. Because for me, as a person, what I
mhm.
do love to do is, for me, storytelling is not just telling stories from my perspective, but storytelling and to be able to develop your craft. It's not just about learning about yourself. It's about
Yes,
learning to put yourself in other people's shoes.
yes.
And so that's what I did. Di ko sa totoo lang, hindi ko po talaga alam bakit yun yung mga ginagawa ko na teenager ako, pero
Okay.
I guess me being a nerd, yun talaga yung trip ko at that time, and I was just reading books about, psychology and all that, and it just interested me. So Billows Over Pillows is one of the songs that I wrote when I wanted to explore, trauma or betrayal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And don't tell me patawarin mo ako, it's you also wrote that when you're like 15 also. Huwag mong sabihin yun. Kasi bakit parang
No,
di
yung
ba?
Patawarin Mo Ako, yun actually yung I wrote that back in 2021. So, mas recent naman siya.
Okay. Sabi ko, "Itong batang ito, eh, grabe anong ginagawa nito?" Yeah.
Yeah. Yun, Patawarin Mo Ako is definitely a lot more personal.
Mm,
Um, I wrote that around the time when I was doing Miss Philippines Earth, and I
okay.
was Miss Philippines Earth Quezon City, and for me, that journey, it wasn't just as a beauty queen, it was as a woman into being my own woman, and finding myself and developing myself, and really just establishing my morals, my values, and it was a moment of healing for me as well. So nung sinulat ko yung patawarin mo ako, um, it was around the time where I was stepping into my own power as an individual
Okay.
and just forgiving myself for past decisions and allowing myself to love myself. So dun din ko sinulat.
At least, it's not for someone else. Oo, and then siyempre yung anybody na pag-usapan natin, and then yung kalikasan naman, this is different from the rest for sure, right? So, mahilig ba tayo sa nature? And
Yeah.
oh, wow, okey.
Yeah. Um, I've always loved learning about the environment and I've always been very connected sa kalikasan. Um, I think it was when I first watched yung documentary actually ni Rob Stewart. He was a an amazing advocate for the environment. He's Canadian.
Mhm.
So, nung pinanood namin yun sa science class, doon
Oo,
ako nag-umpisa magbasa ng libro about sa environment and naalala ko yung buhay sa Pinas.
mhm,
Siyempre, we're very environmental based pagdating sa pamumuhay
mhm.
outside of the city. um, and so I've always been very curious about the impacts and the importance of cohabitating with the environment. So nung sinulat ko yon, teenager rin.
Okay.
Pero yun nga, nirelease ko siya nung bilang Miss Philippines or Quezon City because I thought it fit
Yes.
my advocacy so perfectly.
Oh, wow. Siyempre nung time na yun, yung pageant na yun, did they, play this song during the pageant or
I was able to share it so we had different activities. So we were asked to create videos daily for I think 30 days.
yeah.
And one of the videos I was showcasing Kalikasan,
Oh,
the
wow.
song.
Oh,
Mhm.
so, wow, Maharlika, you've been doing a lot of, like, things from yourself, which is hindi lang beauty queen, then writing songs, and then siyempre advocacy sa nature. Then helping other artists writing their songs. So, ano pa? Ano pang kaya? Ilang instrument ang, like, that you can play? How many instruments you can play?
So I play yung gitara,
Yes.
keys, and I've been playing. I wouldn't say na so master ko lahat sila, but I do play them. I do play drums as well. So yung
Hmm,
tatlong yun, mostly guitar and keyboard talaga.
okay. Like, how's the rate? Like, if I give you, like, 1 to 10 sa drumming, like, can you
Um,
rate yourself?
I would
Magtata
say I would say pag mag-isa lang ako very confident. Yun lang.
Tatalunin mo na ba si Kyle dito?
Oh, hindi
Hindi.
ko lang. Hindi pa.
Oo, sabihin mo oo. Shout out to Kyle. And for sure tomorrow, hoping na makikita ko kayo lahat tomorrow. Because it's not far from here sa place. So, yun. And then, like, any news and updates later on, like, if you can promote it here, I'll give you time to tell everyone at least if
Yeah,
bago
thank
tayo magpaalam, Maharlika.
Yeah, so I have been promoting it as well. So for the Philcan Music Awards, thankfully I am nominated as a artist of the year for the year 2023, and anybody is also nominated for music video of the year. So I am kind of inviting everyone to vote for Maharlika and vote for anybody for those two awards. And I'm just really grateful to be getting that recognition along with the team, along with the tribe. I always make sure to extend my gratitude to not only to everybody who's there to support. And apart from that, um, I've just been working on songs. Yung song ko sa Real Dreams. I hope you check out my song with my cousin Theo Mateo Josa. It's out on all stream platforms, and just watch out for more to come. And you'll know it kasi i-release ko yun. You'll know it when I release it. Yeah.
Wow, oo, siyempre abangan namin lahat 'yan, siyempre. And then siyempre nagboto na ako at
Thank
kung
you.
puwede lang iboto lahat, eh, right? Pa Di ko
Mm.
na sasabihin kung anong mga yun, pero lahat kayo binoto ko. Inano para at least, 'di ba? Kasi lahat naman tayo dito, lahat naman kayo,
Yes.
artist dito sa
Absolutely.
community natin, like
Mm.
everyone is amazing na
Mhm.
na masasabi ko dito. So, then salamat sa lahat sa inyo kasi, kung wala kayo, wala tayo dito ngayon parang 'di ba? So,
Mm.
and then recent lang nag-start, nagbo-boom lahat ng artists, right?
Yeah.
From previous pandemic na nangyari. And
Mm.
ngayon a lot of activities na nangyayari. Siyempre shoutout kay Reggie and then kay Rap,
Mm.
eh, isa sila sa talagang
Yes.
tumutulong. Then yung mga nakikita ko sila Filipino TV, Kaluskat, yung mga ano, siyempre maraming salamat sa kanila
Yeah.
at least exposing everyone. And then siyempre ang ating bisita ngayon,
Mhm.
masasabi kong isa sa magaling na artist dito sa Canada, ah,
Thank you.
si Majarlica. Please support her. Then siyempre yun, i-promote mo yung sa songs mo, Spotify, then, ano pa, saan nila mahahanap si Majarlica, like, saan ka active, like social medias?
I have been releasing more sa YouTube din. For a while, well, hindi ako active dun masyado. Pero marami akong content na pinaplanong i-release through my YouTube account.
Hmm,
And active din ako mostly sa Instagram and Facebook. So I do hope you follow sa page, Facebook page, and also my Instagram account. And I also have a TikTok and Twitter.
wow,
So,
yun.
alas lahat na actually.
Oo, lahat na. And then
Mm.
siyempre nakaabang kami palagi sa iyo for
Maraming
your news and updates. And then your songs sa Spotify, please, listen to her songs kasi hindi naman kayo mabibigo, ah,
Mhm.
sa kanyang creation. And then,
Thank you.
yeah. So, masasabi ko lang maraming salamat, Maharlika, for joining me here sa show na 'to. And siyempre kahit late night, parang si Jojo Alahar lang, late night Jojo Alahar, parang gano'n. Sinamahan mo ako dito. Siyempre then hoping soon, kita-kits ulit. Then thank you for the music that you're sharing with us talaga.
Maraming salamat din po.
'Yan, ah, shoutout sa lahat. Siguro, ah, and then yun, papaalam na po tayo kasi malalim na yung gabi. Matutulog na
Mhm.
po kami. And then
Mhm.
siyempre, binigyan na tayo ng story from Maharlika at sa mga nanood ngayon, salamat ng marami. Then later on, sasabihin ko yung mananalo, gagawa po ako ng video kasi may mananalo, nagpa-contest kasi ako ano, Maharlika. So later on I'll oo. So yun, have a good night everyone. Uh, then thank you for coming here, joining us here tonight. Bye-bye.
Night.
Good night.
Bye.